All right, welcome to another episode of the Lockdown Podcast. Continuing to pick apart Raw, SmackDown, any big events we're working towards. We do have a little bit of time between we haven't really had much released as far as the SmackDown premiere, obviously, of the new year. Don't have a whole lot for that. I mean, we do. So they did. I'll get to that, but yeah, and so then we have the Netflix kickoff next Monday as well. So I guess we'll kind of wait till we get a full actual card of that. But so so obviously Raw and SmackDown were obviously pre-recorded the week prior, obviously to give wrestlers the time off. So for someone who was actually there, so Tim, I want to ask you because I know a lot of stuff has been circulating in the regards to like how full are the stadiums when it comes to the shows, because obviously people have posted real bogus photos of how many people are there, which are clearly photos that are like taken before the event.
Mm-hmm.
So like from someone who's been there, like what's the atmosphere like? What's the crowd? Is it packed out?
I was gonna say they had one section up behind where the main camera is. They had that section up in the nosebleed area, probably pretty much blocked off. But it was pretty packed from what I can tell. It looked like it was pretty much sold out, kind of. It might have been sold out. I know there was probably a couple seats in my section, around my section, maybe like 2-3 seats that were open. Not much. Some of the the booths, the expensive suites, they were pretty full. Every one of them had people in it. It looked pretty packed. The floor was pretty packed, swamped. There was a lot of people there, and it was pretty much a pain in the ass to walk out.
Yeah.
Because you're like ass to ass with people. It was pretty packed.
Yeah, and that helps anybody who's basically posting these photos of things that it's absolute BS. So it's nice to know that don't believe everything you see online when it comes to wrestling. So
Yeah, that's gonna say there was a lot of people taking pictures.
Yeah.
Before the show, I did too, but mostly what I was taking pictures of is like the ring and the entranceway.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
And I know there was, obviously, multiple things that got leaked. Obviously, I tried to steer clear of those so I could actually, watch it and not have to like, well, I can just skip through this because I already know what happens. But so honestly, I was happy to not see much, so I was able to actually watch the shows, and not
I was
have
gonna say
to.
I know I was there, but I rewatched them both.
Yeah, you like looking for yourself, like where's the tall guy?
No,
Where's the tall
I was up in the nosebleed. I wasn't going to pay for the lower bowl area. Around the lower bowl area for 2 tickets was a little bit over $100, and then you get the floor was like a couple hundred. Front row seats was I think it was 2 people that I talked to that had front row seats ringside. They said they paid couple $1,000s a piece for a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, and the upside to this particular show is that it was a double taping. So, like, in a matter of speaking, essentially, those, let's say you paid 2,000, per ticket or whatever. I mean, let's say you essentially paid 1,000 because essentially you got 2 shows for the price of one. So, I mean, if you look at it like that, I mean,
that's pretty much the way I look at it.
I mean, that's still pricey. It's not like anybody,
As I say, this since I've been watching wrestling, since I've been going to wrestling shows in Grand Rapids, this is probably pretty much the first time they done this. Like they taped a Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, because I remember being at one of those, I think last year, or a couple of years ago, when they taped, I think it was like two
SmackDowns.
Two SmackDowns, I think it was. So, But so there's a lot going on right now in regards to the women's tag team division, which is good to see it flourishing.
Oh
Unlike
yeah,
the men's tag team division, that's kind of
flopping.
taken a proverbial back seat. um, but so obviously Raw kicked off with Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Um, obviously with a little bit of outside interference as they do. Poor Io Sky tried to get involved and it didn't really pan out for her.
No, not at
And
all.
so, I mean, kayfabe or real, like I feel like you're still like never at 100% in wrestling. Like I think there's a 0% chance of anybody being 100% fine. And so, I think things happen. But yeah, so obviously Asuka ends up getting the win. Basically kind of a little bit of advantage as they call it, leading into the tag match between the Kabuki Warriors and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky coming up. And so I I think honestly it was what to be expected of a match like this. Obviously we have the outside interference, but it wasn't overbearing. And then like that's the thing that it always drives me nuts is because when you get like the outside interference like just on like every match or like especially with like the Judgment Day or the Bloodline or the Bloodline 2.0, the MFTs, whatever, Wyatt 6, any of it, like when you have a lot of people and then you get this outside interference, it gets a little bit chaotic and it kind of dulls the match a little bit. But because I mean back in the day it really wasn't, it was just kind of a straight up match between guys, and there wasn't as much outside interference. Um, but yeah, so ever since Maxine Dupree has won the title against Becky Lynch, the Intercontinental, she's been on a tear. And I think that Maxine Dupree honestly is on fire. I
Oh,
think
definitely.
you can see that she's put in the work. You can see that, she really has learned a lot of things from Chad Gable. And now we're kind of starting to see those, even though obviously the dismantling of, the Alpha Academy and all that, and Chad Gable went and did his own thing. But like you can see a similar skill set with the grappling and the holds and everything else.
Yeah, she's been training a lot with
Natalia.
Natalia.
Yeah. So I mean, and so we basically have this whole spat. Obviously, Maxine Dupree gets the upper hand, and Becky Lynch, obviously rolls and runs away like a little doggy. So like, I think it's good to start seeing some of this almost managerial role, wrestlers on the roster to kind of get a little screen time that isn't just them doing some backstage segment. I think, we're starting to see that Maxine has truly put in the work. So now we've been fortunate, at least people that watch Raw or SmackDown have been able to see kind of some of the NXT stars make their way up to the main roster, whether it's for a match or two or, a special segment or whatever. But we're starting to see more of Javon Evans. And he's talented beyond his years. He's only like 20, 21 years old. And, and he's
Great
been an
talent.
absolute, yeah, I mean, he's been phenomenal in NXT. And now that he's, on the cusp of basically being a free agent to either get pulled into Raw or SmackDown, I don't care which one they put him on. I think he's.
I think he's going to Monday Night Raw. Just a gut feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really could honestly go really any way. But I like that they're giving the illusion of, like, Javon Evans basically telling Nick Aldis, like, well, are you going to match what they're going to pay me? Are you going to, and so like at least that little bit of illusion of, the talks of, who wants Javon Evans, and I think that's cool. Just because, I mean, I feel like from what I've seen is that they're gonna probably do away with the draft, and so I like that if you take away the the draft aspect of the Raw and SmackDown rosters and stuff like that, that now we just get them coming up authentically, and so then they really get to showcase what they can do, and so if you don't watch NXT, you don't know.
Right.
So
I
them
watch
coming
a
up
little bit here
authentically.
and there.
Yeah. But yeah, and so we see Javon Evans go up against Rayo Americano, obviously one of El Grande Americano's goon squads, which is basically Tyler Bates and what's the not Butch,
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Dunne.
And so like it's basically them two just kind of doing a
That's
side
pretty much
project.
what I said. I told a couple people I was sitting next to. I'm like, yeah, it's Pete Dunne. He goes, oh, it's not. It's some guy from the AA, whatever. I'm like, no, that's Pete Dunne.
No,
That's Pete Dunne.
Yeah, and you know what? And like we've said a million times over, better to have a weird storyline than no storyline. So
True.
and honestly, like you got to give Ludwig Kaiser some actual props, because like he's talking in Spanish now. Like he's going to AAA and he's straight up talking to the crowd in Spanish. Like the dude has become the character.
I can't remember. It says he knows a few languages. I can't remember all the languages he knows. I know Spanish is one of them.
Yeah, I mean it makes him more believable that he's not just I come down and wrestle, do a couple things and leave. Say maybe a couple things in Spanish just to give the illusion and then leave. So like he's really working the crowd. And so I think honestly, this is probably the best situation for Ludwig Kaiser right now. I think when he was by himself being Gunther's lackey, I think he kind of played a background role. And now that he's kind of doing the El Grande Americano thing, hey, if it works, it works. So after all that, we basically get Nikki Bella's stupid face, and she comes out.
When she came out, my ass was getting a T-shirt in the program. I didn't know she was out till I heard her. I thought it was on the like Titantron thing. But I came back. Right when I came back, she was leaving from by the jumping off the announce table. I'm like, oh damn, I missed that.
Yeah,
Could have got
I don't know, man. There's something about Nikki Bella that just makes me think, just go home, go do your Total Bellas, go do your fitness videos, go do whatever.
Go do your broadcast with your sister.
Yeah, I just like, we don't want you here. Yes, you're delicious eye candy, but just go. Like we have a full women's roster. We don't need you here. Like we don't
need a washed up legend.
No, I mean you're good. Just go live your life, do your thing. Our roster is full enough as
I think the main reason why she's there because she needs the money after being sued by her ex-husband.
Well, therein lies her problem.
That's what happens when you get abusive in a relationship.
Anywho,
back to Monday Night Raw.
But so next we get a Bayley versus Roxanne Perez, and I think they're starting to do away with the multi character of Bayley.
Oh, split personality.
I think they
I like it.
Well, the thing is okay, but what they did was now it's being unlocked by someone doing something to her. Like during the match, Lyra Valkyria slaps Bayley.
Slaps the shit.
And Bayley she's for about 2 seconds and then all of a sudden she just starts laughing. And I'm sorry, dude, I love Bayley's laugh, dude. I could there's just something about it. It's just psychotic. But
I think that's what she was going for, because I think she's going for going back to when she was a heel, and she was always insane when she was a heel. When she was part of whatever damage control.
Yeah, and they're basically kind of, they did away with the true like mind whole split thing. Now it's just kind of like unlocking a cheat code, I guess, with Bailey, like, wha
Gotta
unlock,
slap you in.
you know,
Now go.
and so obviously Bailey does end up getting the win against Roxanne Perez, and they need to get Bailey a new fit. Like either do away with the rose plant thing. I don't mind the Bailey to belly, but like they're just not believable. I mean, honestly, I would say the majority of the women's finishers are pretty not believable. But I mean,
Her flying out the doing the Macho Man Randy Savage just elbow drop is kind of getting old. She needs to change up her finishers and do something different.
Yeah, I think
maybe keep some of the ones she has in, but just change it up a little bit. Maybe add one or two new ones in.
I mean, like the problem is that in women's professional wrestling, like, is talented as they are, and as athletic as they are, and as strong as they are, like the reality is that I would say 90% of women's finishers are just very basic, right? Now, if like you have like Charlotte Flair's move, right? The natural selection, she literally just rolls over them and puts their like that. That's weak. The rose plant's weak. Like I would say Roxanne Perez's pop rocks. I think that's a little bit more believable just because it's the momentum.
It's just a horrible setup. I hate pop rocks.
Okay, you got Bailey. Let's go back with Bailey with her finishers, where you got her normal Bailey, and then you got her insane nut job Bailey. She should have when she goes into her nut job Bailey, she should have a different move for that character, and then keep with her normal character with normal moves with her normal self, and then when she does that split, make up a new move.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and now the one like, and obviously I love like Alexa Bliss doing the Sister Abigail DDT. I think that's at least creative.
Oh, I love it.
Because obviously her original finisher was a DDT, and that's about the weakest. That's literally like basic moveset 101. But I just think, like you look at Sol Ruka, who has like obviously it's way too much of a setup finisher, but it's hit so smooth that it just looks a lot more believable. Obviously, because it's basically a cutter that pretty much has become common move, nowadays. Obviously not as gruesome as the RKO because that's a whole out of nowhere scenario. But a lot of the moves are they're way too set up finishers. But I digress. So basically after that match, obviously we get Gunther coming out and basically doing Gunther heel things, which I think honestly
I was cheering and everybody around me is looking at me like, what the hell? I was like, man, I love this Gunther.
Dude, you got like
this is probably the best Gunther so far I've seen.
Well, and that's the thing is, but now now he has something to tip his hat on. Like now, and so like
I love when he gets done with seeing these people, he's like,
yeah, dude, it's great work. It's great. It's honestly like to give him a reason to be more heelish is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, because who was it that when Miz was, I beat John Cena at WrestleMania or whatever, and when he like really honed in on that whole bit, and so like when you give like especially like any heel that has beaten John Cena, right?
Oh, like
which there's
AJ Styles, I beat up John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, and so there's and especially of the greatness of John Cena in professional wrestling is if you have beat him, like even like Dominic Mysterio, right? Like, I mean, that only elevates him, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I hope I don't know if it's been truly confirmed, but like about Dominic Mysterio being injured at a AAA show. I don't know if it's actually true, but if that's the case, there's going to be some belt belts opening up.
Oh yeah.
Because that's how it works. You get injured, and exo facto, there goes your
Maybe
titles.
if
But
they're hurt for probably they have to be out for like a couple weeks, then they usually keep it on them. But if it has to be more than 30 days, then that's when they have to remove it. Because you have a 30-day in your contract as a champion to defend it.
yeah, and the only problem with that is it's a like, I feel like when it's secondary titles, like it's the Intercontinental US, or obviously the top, champions, like those are when it actually kind of does something. But like, you look at the tag division, like it's been months. Like,
Oh yeah.
and so I know we talked about last week
It's been more months for the ones on SmackDown, but the ones on Raw, actually, with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, they're actually defending those titles almost every week.
Yeah, and SmackDown's honestly becoming a dud show, anyways. Honestly,
Yeah, that's pretty. It's getting to a dull parts on certain parts, but there are certain talent on there that actually makes the show pretty interesting to watch.
yeah.
Not saying Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes is kind of making the show kind of,
yeah. He's very played out.
Yeah. He needs to go heel. Soon.
I don't even want him heel. I just kind of want him to fade.
Do. He needs to bring that black hair back, man.
I mean,
he needs to be that Fozzy. Yeah.
I mean, I think if they would have done it by now, it would have been okay. But it doesn't really fit right now.
True.
But so after the whole Gunther stuff, we had CM Punk come out, kind of get in his face, which, and then he honestly does the.
He's like,
but so that obviously leads us into the next match, which is CM Punk and Rey Mysterio versus Bronson Reed and Austin Theory, and this was basically the first match back for Austin Theory. Obviously interjecting himself into the Vision per se. I think there's more deep-seated, the reason why he's doing Seth's finisher.
I love the new Austin Theory, but I'm not really feeling the Seth Rollins knockoff uniform style of him. That's only that I don't like.
But I think the hidden behind it is that he's actually working for Seth.
Probably.
And I, and it really, like, a lot of people pointed out some details that honestly, to the untrained eye, you wouldn't have noticed, is that, like, on his belt buckle, which seems like a minute detail, basically has some of the color scheme of Seth Rollins' logo, 4 or 5 years ago, when he had basically like his necklace, but like it was like different colors.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about.
And so, there's just those small little details I love someone else picks up for me, because I wouldn't.
I was gonna say, yeah, I didn't see that.
And so I think that there might be something to it, because I know we talked last week about, like, there just needs to be a third mass, second mass person. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But, after seeing the shows and then kind of seeing that, those people finding those little details, now it kind of makes me believe that really he's just kind of, snooping on the Vision.
Seth Rollins' little puppet, pretty much. His little spy.
Yeah, and I think that makes more sense, because I don't think they're bringing back another masked person. Now, if they did, obviously I wouldn't be mad about it.
I mean, either.
But I think that it's more compelling to think that he's basically being not a lackey, but just kind of a get close to the Vision kind of person.
I don't know. I'm just happy to see him back, because I always been an Austin Theory fan.
Yeah,
no matter if he was a heel or a babyface, he's a good talent.
Yeah, and Yeah, I mean it's he's been very underutilized. He obviously played the role of being kind of the chosen one at one point in time, much like Drew McIntyre was. And obviously, ownership and leadership has changed, and so he kind of got lost in the shuffle. And I think this is the time for him to truly, stand out, do something different.
Yep, make a name for himself.
Not be this goofy guy out there with a freaking phone. None of that nonsense. No Tyler Breeze-esque. And so I think now that he just looks like a badass. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he looks like he would fit in with AOP, right? Like if you just kind of look at him like, where's Paul Ellering, man? Like, but yeah, and so I really think that this is a good turn. I hope again, what they've done with people before is they missed the spot and they don't utilize the story they have, which has obviously happened dozens of times in WWE, and wrestlers get buried for no real reason. So I really think they should have unmasked him later. I don't think they should have done it so quick. I think they should have left
I
some
was
more
hoping
mystery.
they waited to like the first episode of Monday Night Raw of the new year.
Yeah, I
Interfere in the CM Punk and Bronson whatever match.
the CM Punk Bronson, right?
Yeah,
Or Braun Breaker, man.
Braun Breaker. That's what I
The
meant.
Braun Bronze, man. Get y'all confused.
Double B's.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they should have held out a little bit, but whatever. The cat's out the bag. So we get SmackDown, and SmackDown kicks off with Joe Hendry doing a absolutely delightful job of singing
Hilarious
Christmas
song.
carols about the Mrs. Tiny Balls. And you know what? I like Joe Hendry. Okay. Like, I really think that, he has a fun gimmick. He has fun music. The Say My Name and He Appears thing is absolutely hilarious
The whole audience
because,
was doing.
oh yeah, dude. And it's
I
so
was doing
funny.
it.
Well, and it's so funny because he's had stuff down in NXT where like he was like he was in Ava's office, and he was like behind some trees or whatever, and then all of a sudden someone's like, "I want Joe Hendry," and then all of a sudden, then it's like, say his name, and all of a sudden Ava's like, "Have you been there the whole time?"
Yeah, I remember
And
seeing that clip.
I just think I think he's delightful. I think he's definitely a fan favorite. Obviously he's in the mid card, which is fine with me. I think he's thriving, especially obviously, when he got to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I mean, if that doesn't put you over, I don't know what will.
Well, he got Randy Orton's respect.
And so I think, it's a nod, in the fact that Randy Orton did the Joe Hendry turn thing.
No, that was hilarious.
It was, and the thing what's so funny is it was unplanned. It wasn't really planned, and Randy Orton was more or less like, "Well, if I feel it, I feel it." Like, oh man,
He did it and then started fucking laughing.
oh dude, it was good. It was good television.
Yeah.
So obviously we end up getting the Miz coming out to plead his case about his tiny balls, but and so we get a Miracle on 34th street fight. Him and Joe Hendry. Obviously, Joe Hendry gets the win with obviously a smothering of people in his favor, and the Miz doing the Miz things. Oh, good old
I like how he pulled out tiny balls out of a present.
the present, the little blue balls.
Then he pulls out a guitar, a small little thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Ah, man. And the Miz is a good sport. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think, like I've said this a million times, and like I love the Miz because like he does whatever he's asked. Like,
Yeah.
whatever gimmick you want to throw at him,
He's
like,
down for it.
yeah, I mean he'll do
He'll
whatever.
make it work. He'll make it fit. He'll make the audience like believe it and make the
Yeah.
audience be like glued to it.
Yeah.
That's the
So,
mindset.
yeah. I mean
He's a good
the
talent.
the mentality is to get a reaction, good, bad, or indifferent. So
Yep.
So the next match we got was Charlotte Flair versus Lash Legend. And I'm excited to see what Lash Legend becomes. Like obviously she's very talented,
Dude,
but obviously,
seeing her in person, holy crap, she's tall.
oh yeah. She ain't no slouch. But yeah, and so like I look forward to what with proper booking and creative can do for her. But again, that requires proper booking and creative. So, but obviously Charlotte Flair does get the win against Lash Legend, which again doesn't really do much for anything, right?
No.
And so the next match we get the Ilya Dragunov United States Open Challenge match against
Great
Carmelo
match.
Hayes, and phenomenal match. Absolutely phenomenal
it was
match.
Just straight artwork.
Mm-hmm. And so it was great to see Melo.
I told you would be happy to see he actually won.
Yes.
He well deserved it.
Yeah. So no, I was super excited, and I think the Carmelo Hayes, even though he has the ego of being him, I think he's more of a face at this point.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's. I think he's like 75% face, 25% heel.
I could see that.
The ego thing obviously is very heelish, but I think the respect he had obviously for helping out Ilya Dragunov and then tagging with him and all that stuff like that, that's very face. And then obviously after this match, obviously they had a sign of respect and everything else. And so like, it's good to have a little bit of heelish in you, but still being a good face. So, but honestly, congrats, dude. Like first singles gold on the main roster, after, the previous year being, the number one draft pick and all that. And, having that to gloat about. And so now we've seen him run through a couple different storylines, a couple different, pairings with who he was with, but to kind of finally get to that level, obviously winning the United States Championship. So good on him for kind of just sticking to the plan. I think that's got to be the toughest thing in WWE is to run the course of whatever story, whatever pairings, whatever anything they have for you. You just do it, and obviously putting gold on him is honestly, them, the back people in back basically saying, "Hey, good job." So the next match we get to was Julia and Kiana James versus Chelsea Green and Alba Fire. Weird match, honestly, but man, like these are four people that, well, I guess 3.5 we'll call it, because Chelsea Green does have the the AAA mixed tag gold plus United States, but like they're not really doing anything with that per se. But man, I think we've all talked about like the fact that Julia, came onto the main roster as this massive prospect, this massive pull, and they've really just absolutely obliterated her run on the main roster.
Yeah, it's been
lackluster.
Yeah, and obviously like the same thing with Alba Fire. I mean, like this is like mid-card at best level matchups. I don't know what they're exactly doing with Chelsea Green in regards to obviously the mixed belts, and also obviously the Women's United States Championship. Like they got to do something with it, man. Like I don't want it to go stagnant again. Like
yeah,
obviously, Chelsea Green obviously held the title before, and obviously that pushed her to the whole Secret Hervis and all that jazz, and then she lost it, and then now she's got it back, but it's like it's really not the same, and so it just kind of seems very very
Stale.
plain.
Yeah,
but I mean this is again running the course. doing whatever they give you and figure out the rest.
She's just a female version of the Miz, pretty much.
Yeah.
She's already admitted that she looks up to the Miz. She likes what he does, and like what he does for the company and what he does for the fans. She's all for it.
Yeah,
she's all for trying to help push new talent.
So we get the end of the show of SmackDown, and obviously we get the whole Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes nonsense as it was. You know, I think honestly Drew's doing better work than Cody at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
More
better on the mic.
He's way more believable. And so basically what leads us to this will be the only 6th time this match has ever happened, and that is the 3 stages of hell match, which basically is 2 out of 3 falls. But basically each fall is a different stipulation.
Yeah, first match is a regular fight.
Not always. It's really 3 different stipulations, and that's how it goes. And it literally could be anything. So street fight, ladder match, cage match, whatever.
We'll find out this Friday what the 3 matches will be.
Yeah. So,
I know the last match might be a cage match.
I really hope not.
What if they're all cage matches? Like
maybe,
one is
like it would be awesome if the last
one is
a Hell in a Cell.
The last one. I want a fall count. I want a fall count anywhere.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that one too.
Because that
anywhere in a cage.
I don't want the cage. The cage is a useless stipulation because with the exception of the fact that Triple H and Shawn Michaels, it was the second one, so Triple H was able to throw things in the ring. But no. But I mean,
they might keep it with a cage. That's just my gut feeling. They're gonna try to keep it original, but change the 2 other matches.
Yeah, I hope they're interesting. I hope they don't really miss the ball on this opportunity to only be the 5th or 6th team to ever, or the group to ever do this match. They can't fuck this up. Like
they'll
on
find
the real. Yeah, I know. Triple H is back there. But he's the king of fucking things up.
I think we need to call Vince McMahon to have him come back.
Seriously,
I'd rather have him back because the ticket prices were cheaper.
No, dude, it's the cheapest price to like WrestleMania Night 1 was like $900 or something. Or no, I think it was like, I don't know. It was
our seats. I think we paid like 60 something a piece.
Yeah, I mean, that was years ago. That was under Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that's under Vince.
That was the Vinnie Mac era. No, I think that the tickets are like ridiculous. Let's just say that much for the cheapest. So
I'm just gonna say, when they announced and showed where the Royal Rumble is going to be, oh god, that whole audience and the whole building just booed so fucking loud.
You are like, I get it. They're so fucking money hungry that they have to do this again. Like, you already have multiple Saudi shows. I mean, why are you doing another one? Like, you are a bunch of money hungry fucking greedy bastards that you legitimately, you put WrestleMania in the same venue twice. Obviously it's happened before, but not in this era. Okay. And so it's stupid. WWE, how are you so money hungry? And yet, you have sponsorships up the freaking ass. You literally have them around you have them on the ring boards.
Tables,
you got them all over the ring.
The weapons.
There's multiple sponsors every time they change those tarps.
Yep.
So you're talking 40, let's call it 30, just for fun. 30 different sponsorships on the mats alone, not including the DoorDash thing, the Slim Jim tables.
the main centerpiece is fucking
Well, they have
Where-
Riyadh season 2 on there. But
yeah,
it's like
it's their program is on the center, because I'm like, okay, I'm taking a wild guess, is they own half of WWE too?
I'm surprised TKO's not made the ring ropes green.
I know,
Mm.
right?
Like
That'd
that's the only thing next. We're gonna have TKO ring ropes.
They still got Prime on the fucking belt buckles.
Which I think is weird because I thought that deal fell through, but
Yeah, they still have Prime outside the freaking ring.
yeah,
They need to get rid of that.
yeah, they can load the Prime stuff and Logan Paul all up together in one big trailer. But
Agree.
yeah, no, it's getting kind of outlandish, the amount of sponsorships. I mean, how are you guys not making money hand over fist? I mean, is this pretty? Seems to me, this is like oil companies, right? Oil companies are making record profits, and yet somehow, and the barrel of oil has gone down, but yet somehow the prices are still through the fucking roof.
Yeah, that is true. And you have to look at it like this. You got half of those freaking wrestlers there when they announced where the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania is going to be. You could see it on their face. They were not happy. I know the women are not happy because now they have to go and wear those freaking full body suits where they're going to not be happy in. And they,
I mean, as long as Rhea's in one, I'm fine.
I was to say, lots of times her outfits when she goes there in those suits are pretty cool.
I think Rhea likes it anyways. Rawr.
I don't think she gives a shit.
Nope. No.
The outfit she had on for Monday Night Raw was a brand new outfit she had made by a fan.
Yeah. No, it's like you're gonna, if like when you're in the arena, like during the women's Royal Rumble, you're just gonna hear like just the sounds of plastic hitting each other.
It's like condoms. Squeakies.
Alrighty then.
It's like
you know deep down half of those women are probably like all pissed off, like, hey, the guys can have their shirts off. Why the fuck can we wear this crap? These fucking body condoms.
I mean, but the fact that they've made enough strides to even have women wrestling in Saudi is an accomplishment of it in and of itself.
That is true. And
but yeah, so I guess we'll put a pin in this. I know it wasn't the most long episode, I guess, but I mean, we really just, I mean, the PLEs are kind of far away. So, I mean, because we don't have Saturday Night Main Events not till the 24th of June, and then Royal Rumbles after that.
Yep.
And we have, and then only the beginning, we have the kickoff.
In February, you got Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're like between this time and kind of Royal Rumble, it's kind of dead season, but you know, we do what we can, and so we will get back to you next week with more nonsense, more shenanigans, and so yeah. So this is the Lockdown Podcast. Peace.